Hey YouTube, it's the Morning Brew. Good morning to you all, good afternoon, whatever your time you're watching this. Been up for about an hour or so. Got the bedhead going on. Got a couple of news articles to talk about. Got some great stuff to deal with. Got a big old thank you to all those who watched the April Fool's episode yesterday. Hope you enjoyed it. Very over the top wannabe acting on my part. Had to hold back the laughter quite a few times. Anyways, so if you're new to the show, this is the Morning Brew. My name is Eric Castillo. I'm the creator and founder of Castillo.com, where I write articles about Too Cool for Geek, the fad and trend that has been going on about outside sources coming into the geek world and trying to act like we don't belong anymore. Other articles like the double standard that has double D's. We talk about Barbie setting unrealistic standards for girls, but we never talk about the toys for boys, aka G.I. Joe and Ninja Turtles and so on. How come we get the standard set of you can be a war hero or you can go into the sewers, become a giant mutant turtle, and become a ninja? Stuff like that. And of course, typical video game news reviews and so on. If you want to check it out, geekycastillo.com. So, on to the show. Let's start off the night, or the show, the night, morning, day, evening, month, year. Let's start off with the fact that Samuel Jackson was on Jimmy Fallon last night and did a slam poem on Boy Meets World. Now, you can go on YouTube and find the video yourself. It's pretty entertaining, great poem. The reason I wanted to talk about it is, not only was Boy Meets World a very influential show when I was growing up, because I was about the same age as the characters in the show when the show was airing. So it meant dealing with a lot of the same issues that I was dealing with. And it helped that the show was well written and entertaining as all hell. But the reason I wanted to talk about it is there's actually a show called Girl Meets World coming to the Disney Channel. Or at least the pilot's been filmed for it. Which is the show taking place 10 years after the original. Topanga and Corey are now married, have 2 kids. And their daughter is the star of the show. Her name being Riley Matthews. Now, if you remember the original show, if you never watched it, I highly recommend you do. It's actually a really well-written show. It was fun. I don't know if Mr. Feeney is coming back, the character himself. It would be great, because then that would be a third-generation mentorship, you know. It was like, second-generation mentorship, on top of the fact that, you know, you have Corey and Topanga's love story coming back. Both actors are coming back to the show as Corey and Topanga. And I'm pretty excited. It's going to be airing on the Disney Channel. Their IMDb page already boasts 21 episodes filmed or to be filmed. No clue yet on the air date. If it has aired, I have no idea. I've not seen promos for it. And I don't watch much Disney Channel to begin with. Oh, crap. I just realized something looking into the camera. I've got my mom's Winnie the Pooh mug that I gave her a long time ago. And I got a Darth Vader shirt going on. I'm talking about a Disney show that's coming soon. I'm Disney themed today. And no, they didn't buy me yet. Would be nice. Anyways, so yeah, keep an eye open. If you're a fan of the original, and like me, you have kids now that might enjoy it, wouldn't be a bad idea, you know, tune in with them and enjoy the show, and you get to reminisce and kind of figure, you know, oh, look where the characters are at now, and so on and so forth, and they get to meet a whole new cast, and you both get to enjoy a show that transcends generations at this point. It's going to be a weird... It would be like having the original Star Trek come back with a whole new crew, but having Admiral Kirk, you know? So, not so much like the movies, but you get what I'm saying. Whatever. Watch the damn show. In other news, Microsoft has finally shown off Cortana for Windows Mobile 8.1. And who cares, in my opinion? I mean, it's basically following Siri. I mean, Microsoft decided to use Cortana, hoping that the gaming community gets all excited. It's like, oh, the character from Halo. It's the Chief's main companion in the whole story. Woo! Cares? I mean, it's gonna end up integrating with your Hulu, your Netflix, your Skype, all that good stuff. But I don't really know anybody that has a Windows phone. I know quite a few that have Apple or iOS, or a handful of Android users. Myself, I'm an Apple user mostly because all I need my phone for is calls, texts, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm not one of those guys that goes into oh, my phone isn't processing my HD films fast enough. It's just not strong enough. The phone does more than fucking computers that launched rockets into the moon did. It's a freaking phone. The fact that it has a camera attached to it is already beyond anything that my first phone, which was a 3390 Nokia, did. For God's sake, I was excited when that thing would let me compose ringtones. So, yeah, Cortana's in there. I don't even use Siri, just so you know. In other words, I would be really happy with a phone that just did the 4 basic things I need and want, and didn't have to pay a high price tag for it. Although, I'm still using a Apple iPhone 4S, because I'm not willing to pay for a 5S, and it still works, and I'm not going to change my awesome phone cases just to get a new phone. So there, I've said that. So if you got Windows Mobile, good for you. Cortana's coming. Seems pretty interesting. The whole phone is now taken over by the entire interface, so I don't know how people feel about that. Let me know in the comments if you have a Windows Phone. How do you feel about your phone basically being taken over by Cortana's interface arrangement? Oh, in other news, and this is ironic that I've got a nice cup of coffee going, Starbucks is sending people mixed messages. Or at least the Starbucks in Louisiana sent satanic messages to a teacher by the name of Megan, sorry for having to read, Pignon. Megan Pignon from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, got 2 cups of coffee, and you can find this on all over the news. Her cups had the 666 and the pentagram painted in caramel on the whipped cream. Now, at first I thought, okay, big deal. But she pointed out something interesting. Because she went on Starbucks' fan page on Facebook and, wrote them basically a letter saying, this is outrageous. I can't believe you people would do this. But she didn't go that path. She actually went about it in a very smart way and a very non-extremist way. Basically what she said is, I'm a dedicated Catholic and I would love to spread the word of my religion, but I'm a school teacher. And of course I'm paraphrasing a lot, so please forgive me. I'm a school teacher, and if I decided to show my religion to my students, I would be immediately sued or fired from my job. Now, I'm not one to, what did she say, something along the lines of bringing down this person's artwork, but I find it offensive, and I would think that professionalism, much like my own, would come across where you don't share your religious beliefs and you don't make these kind of comments, and so on and so on. Basically, she pointed out that it's true. As much as we don't want a person from another religion or belief to tell us what we should be believing or what we should be enjoying, we should respect her in the same way, and I completely agree with that. Whether you're satanic or you're being a jackass, which is what I believe the honest truth is, he's just being a jackass. She can't give a name on the guy. She wouldn't even look at him at that point, and I understand why. You're a dick. Whoever did that, you're a dick. It's not funny. What was the purpose of it? You don't like your job, quit. If you're one of those douchebags that likes to mess with customers because you don't like your job, just quit, man. Don't be a douchebag to everybody else because you're not happy. To put it satanic symbols, I'm not religious, but I can understand why she's upset. That would be the same as drawing boobs, vaginas, and penises all over your coffee. It's still offensive, regardless of what the origin. It's wrong. And Starbucks responded quickly and got a hold of her. They basically said they're outraged and they're looking into the subject matter. They don't know if it's going to change the policies on what people can or cannot draw or decorate coffee with just yet, but it looks like a possibility. Their social media representative couldn't really state anything specific, but To the teacher, I salute you. I think that people should respect your religious beliefs by not spreading their own religious beliefs. It's professionalism. You didn't walk into the Church of Almighty Starbucks. You walked into a coffee shop, wanted some coffee, and that's it of that. Shouldn't have to be pentagrams or crucifixes or Star of David. Nothing. It should just be swirls and random stuff. I mean, if you want to draw a little cat face, that's cute. But if you want to be a douchebag who draws 666 in the pentagram, then you're just that. You're just a massive douchebag. Now, on to some more interesting tech news. Amazon just announced their Fire TV device. Not to be confused with Fire FYRE TV, which is a adult entertainment delivery system online. No, Fire TV, FIRE, spelled correctly, is their response to the Roku and Apple TV. They will be offering Prime Video the way that Roku offers Netflix and Amazon Prime Video already. The difference they're claiming is that theirs will actually be a gaming device as well. Now, here's the thing. That sounds like a great idea. I have the Roku with games built and apps capability. I don't use them. I have a gaming system on PC. I don't need another gaming system with apps. I have an iPad for that. Now, you would think Amazon would be smart, and since they offer the, more inexpensive alternative to an iPad, which is the Kindle. Sorry, brain fart there for a minute. They offer the Kindle, and they boast that their price is less than half of what the cheapest iPad can be. Here we are with Fire TV, and you're expecting, okay, the Roku costs anything from $40 to $120, depending on how big of a fancy schmancy device you want. Apple TV costs $100. Comcast has one for $40. And the list goes on and on. You can buy a Blu-ray player with $40 and has the same services. I did. No, they released their device at $100. And on top of that, if you want the gaming device to work fully functioning, gaming device in it, you have to buy the controller for an additional $40. So overall, you're paying $140 for a device that does the same things in my Roku that cost me $60, with the motion controller built in. And apps will range from anything from free to $1.85, $3, depending on who made it and what it is. And of course, if you want the streaming services, you have to either be a Prime subscriber, Netflix subscriber, Hulu subscriber, Disney Channel Plus subscriber, and so on and so on. So overall, it sounds like Amazon's not making a smart move. I'm hoping that maybe they'll offer something better. I mean, I already got HD on my Roku device, so it's not a big premium for them to offer that. So it just seems like it's a big waste. Bad move on Amazon's part. They should have been focusing on something else rather than trying to sell us on something we already have on multiple platforms. If you have a PS3, you have it. If you have a PS4, you have it. If you have an Xbox 360, you have it. If you have a Sony TV, a Vizio TV with built-in Wi-Fi, they all have it. So the games part is supposed to be the big seller. They got to come out with some premium AAA games to get your attention. And I don't see that happening exclusively on Amazon. I know they bought a couple of gaming companies that are small app developers that were pretty successful in the past. But if it's being released for Amazon, likelihood is we'll see it on Google. Likelihood is we'll see it on Apple if they want to maximize their income. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to judge it, but I'm thinking the price point is still way too high. It should have been a $49.99 thing and sell the controller bundle together for $100. That would have been a better deal. Throw in some gift card or something. Throw in some bonus points or Amazon bucks for buying the bundle or something. I mean, they usually do pretty good when you pre-order games. I mean, they'll offer the same thing a GameStop will offer you, but they'll offer you a $10 gift credit towards your next video game purchase with pre-orders. So it doesn't make sense that Amazon's not offering something more, but it's still pretty early. It's just been announced and it's already on the Amazon.com website. So if you want to go check it out firsthand, go ahead. I would say that For $100, either wait, or if you don't have the device in general, like a Roku and stuff, it's worth it unless it's built into your Blu-ray player. Then it's really not. There's no point to that. Anyway, so yesterday was April Fool's, and I did record an April Fool's video with some fake news, and I hope you all watched it and enjoyed it. And of course, being that today is the day after April Fool's, a bunch of the pranks were revealed. Now, I've already reported every single one of the ones I liked, including that Pokemon one. PETA's still after me for that one. Anyways, so I came up with a little list of my favorite 2014 April Fool's pranks, video game related ones. On the top of my list is Titanfall Prime. Titanfall, being as successful as it is, managed to wrangle up Hasbro to let them use the license of Transformers and have Optimus Prime appear as future DLC coming to Xbox One. Basically, your Titan would turn into a very funky looking Optimus, and I'm sorry, it does look kind of funky, where you would basically go into Optimus's chest piece and use him as a Titan. He would even transform into a truck at the end of the video. Granted, it's a great idea for DLC if we can get Transformers built in, because then you'd have the combat of the movies going on. It just, I don't know. It's funny. I liked it. It was interesting. Great concept. I wouldn't be surprised if in the near future it might actually become reality. In other ones, Nintendo actually boasted a total of 4 that I got interested in. So basically this list has 5. First off, from Nintendo, the Virtual U. Essentially mocking the idea of both Microsoft and Sony trying to jump into the VR world alongside with Facebook purchasing Oculus. Well, when you look up the Virtual U, the glasses are so small and compact that, well, they're near impossible technology at the moment. Virtual reality requires such huge goggles to strap onto your head that the idea that these Oakley-looking sunglasses would essentially be the Wii U's new peripheral was very laughable. Entertaining, but laughable, as part of the fact that I would doubt that Nintendo will use the word virtual and Nintendo bundled together anymore, considering the Virtual Boy was such a complete failure. Which sadly is up there with the Wii U. I haven't bought one yet. I'm planning to, because there's quite a few games I want to play on it. And considering that I'm not buying an Xbox One or a PS4 anytime in the near future, I'm missing out on a lot of games that I like. And I'd be okay with playing my favorite games on Nintendo. So that's the Virtual U. Then there was another game boasted called Zelda Other Z. Mocking the not so much of a failure, but not so well received Metroid Other M by Team Ninja. They were boasting that Zelda would get the same makeover by Team Ninja, and Link would talk for the first time. No. It's fake. It's funny. Google it. You find more details on it. I'm just giving you the gist of it. It was a good joke. My next favorite was Nintendo's wiki page for Mario got changed and added some fake games, upcoming games, claiming that this year would be the year of Waluigi, and it would be the star of many games to come this year. As was for Luigi this past year, he was the star of 3 or 4 games. 2 that I remember. No, 3. At least 3 games that I can think off the top of my head. It's an interesting concept because when they did the Year Luigi, even at Comic-Con, they were going pretty heavy-handed with the Luigi stuff. I mean, they were giving out the hats. They were giving out these small Luigi coins that look like the Mario coins. Pins. I got the pillowcase. It's about, yay big. Then it's a Dream Team pillowcase. So it's interesting to see them do the Waluigi joke, because Waluigi's the least best received character of the bunch. I mean, people like Wario, people love Mario. Of course, Luigi's a beloved character no matter what anybody says. But Waluigi's just such a... I don't know, personally don't like him, so I don't really care. So last but not least, Nintendo boasted a new system called the Retro N5. Basically saying that they were going to reissue old Nintendo cartridges for this new Retro N5 system. Essentially, obviously a joke because of the technology being so obsolete that the cost of manufacturing cartridges versus manufacturing a device that would have a built-in hard drive would be much cheaper. Also, it would be completely obsolete considering the virtual console already does everything the Retro N5 boasted to do outside of the lack of cartridges. So there you go. That's April Fool's 2014's jokes that for video game related content that I enjoyed. There were quite a few outside of the video game content. BMW boasting the, oh god, I think it was just called the chair or something, and it was basically a baby bassinet on top of a base that basically ran like a BMW motor inside of it to put your baby to sleep. It'd just be like kind of thing, So look them up. I think PocketLint.com has a good list of the best pranks and jokes. So check them out. If you let me know in the comments which ones you enjoyed best. And that's it for this episode today. Hope you all enjoyed it. I know these episodes have gotten a little longer than they used to be. I mean, the first one was 5 minutes and the second one was 10, and then we started going to 15, 20 minutes. But it's honestly, they seem to work. You guys seem to like them, and I keep getting my whole subscribership's up to 6. Yay! 99,994 people more, and I'll have reached my goal faster than I thought. So, with that said, like, share, and subscribe, please. I always appreciate any kind of interaction I get from you guys. Appreciate comments, and I always answer them as soon as I can. And of course, share it with like-minded individuals. Share it with your friends. This little ship of mine is not the Corolla boat. It's not the Corolla pirate ship, but my dinghy is going as fast as it can, and it's powered by your support. So if you enjoy the content, please share it. If you enjoy the videos, go ahead and subscribe. It doesn't kill you, does it? With that, go to GeekyCastillo.com. I've revamped the site, so it's now more easily to interact with me and comment on each individual article. And of course, thank you so much to Cosmic Frogs Web, who designed the site and is now responsible for the fantastic look it has now. Other than that, have a great Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow. Until next time, guys, enjoy your brew.